Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
Is a filter difference between finding good deals or nothing? Store price reduction filter. Is this filter different between finding good deals or nothing? I mean, you can find deals without using that, but I would definitely be checking those sites before you start your searches. We have a great tool which I'll show you guys briefly when we get done, which is called the Step Ahead. It's what I call a tactical sourcing sheet, and we subscribe to mailing lists of over 800 different online arbitrage sites, and we find all the deals, and we look up what the cashback sites are that go with them, and so you have it all in one place before you start. And that's usually the jumping off point that most of the subscribers use. So you already know what the discounts are, but it's going to be, if you need it to be 50% ROI, it's going to be the difference between buying it and then a lot of your other competition who also needs 50% off, 50% ROI. When it's not worth it for them, it's all of a sudden going to make it worth it for you. And getting all those 10 and 15 and 5% gift cards, over time when you're buying thousands of dollars a week or a month or a day, depending on what level you're on, it's going to make a huge difference in your business. I wouldn't say without it you find nothing, because what we provide to our mastermind group, we don't use these. But on the other end, we're definitely, you can definitely find a ton more good stuff. So this is to remove the ranks, what you've seen as far as limits. We usually look under 100,000, and you can set those for each category, as I showed you on the settings menu, to narrow it down even better. Remove products with more than whatever number of sellers. I don't ever use this, and the reason why is because there's just so a lot of things will have 40 sellers, but it's not competing sellers. If a product's selling with $10 in the buy box and there's a guy at $40 and a guy at $60 and a guy at $30, none of those sellers count because you're not competing with them. It doesn't matter, if they're just another seller selling for 4 times, 5 times, 10 times the going rate. Who cares? So there's no reason to weed that stuff out with that many sellers. Remove third-party sellers from results. That's kind of self-explanatory. Remove oversized products. Remove out-of-stock products. So this is if you don't want to see any oversized. I mean, I like to sell oversized because nobody else does. Remove out-of-stock products. What this is it's going to show you, actually, I should explain this more. This is remove third-party sellers from the buyer end. They're just adding those now. So it's done Walmart. They've also done Sears, and it doesn't say it here, but those are, I think, the only 2 that are working so far. Remove out-of-stock products. That only works for the sites that are listed here. So far, he's adding them as, they can figure them out. So if an item is sold out at Walmart, it won't show you those results. We don't select this because if you do RA, this is a great way to be pulling those items that you can go look for in stores, because if they're sold out online, most people aren't going to be selling them on Amazon. But if you're actually doing RA, then you can be looking for those products. Remove if Amazon has no weight or size data. That means it's never been sent to Amazon, which sounds like a great opportunity to me, but it may not work with your own business. Remove if Amazon is also a seller and currently in stock. So if Amazon has it and they're not sold out, then then this will remove that if you don't want to compete with Amazon. Remove products with an Amazon price of less than this amount. So, let's say you wanted the Amazon side to be selling for at least $15, at least $10. So you're not selling any $3 items or $5 items. It won't even show up in the results. Remove items that have this in the keywords on the Amazon side. So things, for example, that we may use are things like bundle or lot or set or things like that, or even keywords for brands that you're restricted in, things like Lego or Nike in the title, things like that. Remove from source title when searching on Amazon. Now this one may look similar to this, but we're looking at source title when searching on Amazon. This is for when you're doing title matching. So if you're not doing title matching, you may not need to worry about this. The next one, add to source title when searching on Amazon. So again, you may want to put things like bundle or lot or set or multi-pack if you're looking for things that you can buy in one and sell in 6 or 10 or 12 on the Amazon side. Remove if a certain word is not found in the title. So it's going to require, let's say, you're searching for Legos, but it's bringing up results that aren't really Legos. So, you could type in Lego and it's going to take anything out that it doesn't specifically say Lego in the title. Only calculate FBA return if Amazon sales price is not at least this many times the store price. So if you're paying 10, you don't want to sell it unless it's at least 30, you would put three times the amount. Cost to prep per standard product is, I'm sorry, Thai, is that pronounced right? Should you be competing with Amazon on the same product? We compete with Amazon on a ton of stuff. So there's no reason not to compete with them. Sometimes they just don't, and they can't give up the buy box. So something like, books is a big one. They just will not give up the buy box kind of because they, have to in deals with publishers and other things going on. So, but other products, home and grocery and health and beauty and, clothes and shoes, we compete with them all the time. If we can beat them on price and, have enough profit in there that we can go down so we can actually be competing with them and, fighting on price, and then sure, I have no problem doing that. We do it all the time. We're doing it right now. Let's see. Cost to prep per standard product. So if you're paying somebody like a prep center to for each product they prep, so if it's $1 and $1.50, for oversized, something like that, that's where you would enter these numbers. Cost to create a bundle. So if, again, this would be if you're using a prep center and there was an extra fee for bundling something, that's where we would figure that out in here. Cost per pound to ship to Amazon. This is just what your average overall is. Ours is somewhere around 35 cents. It depends where you are in the country. If you're on the West Coast, you're sending a lot of stuff to the East Coast, it may be a little higher. Only keep data if gross profit is at least this amount. So this is where you're looking for $5 profit, $10 profit. You would enter that in here. Only keep data if gross ROI is this amount. Now, I'm not filling in most of the stuff. Remember, you don't have to fill in everything. I keep it pretty simple and then narrow it down. We're going to use this sometimes. We're going to enter in probably 100,000, if we're doing a general search or, narrowing it down for other searches. And we're going to want to keep at least 50% for my business. Yours could be different. Also show no match results. So if you're looking for things that are no matches or see only, so this is only going to show it. This is also going to show it. This is going to be where things are out of stock. Mainly, we're going to look at this if for stuff that's out of stock on the Amazon side. so where it wouldn't show up in a regular search on Amazon because there's none available to sell. Amazon is usually hiding those just so the customer don't see stuff that's not available. Also show Amazon out of stock results. So that means this is when Amazon has it, but they're sold out. And this is going to only show that again. And then the last one is the reverse search. So if you wanted, as we showed you before, to compare with other stores, let's see if I have one going on in here right now. It looks like it's looking at watches right now, so it's not finding much, but I already showed you guys earlier in the video. It's going to compare with all the other, if you have UPC stores and title stores selected, which we do right now, it's just not showing any at the moment. It's going to search all, I think, whatever it is, 343 US stores. If you only want to see the UPC stores, so you don't have all those mismatches, then just select the UPC stores. And with that, I'm going to jump over to our view data page, which is where it's been searching all this time. So as you can see, I have 1,000 items showing, and 1 to 100 of 1,000 entries. So that means we have at least 1,000 items here right now. So how we go through these and weed these out is, I'm going to go somewhere in the middle because, and here's a perfect mismatch. This obviously is not the same. There's no need to waste any time. Click on Marcus mismatch and it's gone, and it's never going to show it to you again. These products, these could be the same. You see how you can reorganize these however you want, drag them around and put them however you want. As you can see here, I have the product image and the Amazon image very close by. They're very close to each other, so I can see them without moving my eyes. I can see them both in front of me in the same shot. You can see this is a lavender colored bottle. This is a white colored bottle. This item does not match. For Amazon, products have to match exactly. It doesn't need to be the same product with the same description, and in the same size with the same UPC. That's not what it says. Amazon requires products to be an exact match. What you buy has to be what's the product the customer gets has to be what they see in that picture. These may be the same product or they're not, but I'm not going to waste any time worrying about it. When I'm finding hundreds or sometimes thousands in a day, then I'm not wasting my time. I'm not taking more than a second to worry about each one of these. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's not pulling up the picture, but that's something we'll look at later. We can see this isn't the same product, It's close, not the same product though. Here we can see this is a 28 ounce. We can see this. I'm just using this as an example. Obviously these don't match. I'm going to remove them, but if they were the same, we can easily change the quantity. And now we can see we're actually losing $10.35. So, but it's still a mismatch. But here's one that's 1. And I don't know why that will go in. Okay. Now, here's another example where this is a box, and this is showing the contents. So, I mean, obviously this could be the same, and we would have to open them up to see and get to it, but I'll bet when we edit the quantity, it's not going to be worth selling anyway. So now we're losing 85 cents. So I wouldn't say that this is a mismatch, and I could do some research, but we already know it's no good for us. So don't waste your time worrying about it. The secret to, there's 2 secrets to making tactical arbitrage. They're not really secrets, but these are the 2 things you have to do. You have to run scans all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have 2 accounts, and they're constantly running scans. You can run scans in all 4 different types of the scans here. Product search, Amazon flips, reverse search, and library search. You can be running all 4 of those at the same time. And you need to be running as many of those as much as you possibly can. So the best thing you can do is these are both 1 ounce. This says travel size is probably the same. But before we even get to that, we're going to change the quantity to 3. Now it's a 9% ROI. It's nothing we're going to sell for 9%. These obviously don't match. I mean, you don't have to open the listings. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is look at these 2 previews. Say, is it possible that these 2 match? If it's yes, then you want to look, make sure, is this a multi-pack? Is this a single pack? If it is, edit quantity, and then is it still worth selling? Is this something I want to sell? It's 17,000 for the rank, 91% ROI. It's a great ROI. It's selling for 19. You're going to get 13 after fees. You know, your gross profit is 636 after you take the buy cost away. Yes, that's still something I'm interested in. Then, well, then now I want to look to see, do I want to open both of these listings up and compare them and see if they're worth selling? You know, that's the order that you should be going in. Make sure they match first before you open up products. Say, oh, I could have made this much, but it's a mismatch. Well, you know, it's not the same product. So, you know, a mismatch should be taking you, you know, a portion of a second. You know, there's nothing to cry over spilled milk because it was never a matching product. You know, so you just move on. These, of course, are a perfectly matching product. These, it's a mismatch. You know, a mismatch is a mismatch. It doesn't matter. That's a mismatch. That's a mismatch. That's a mismatch. So, you know, the best thing you can do is weed out those bad mismatches just as fast as you can. You get rid of them. And if you have a lot of them, you can select them over here and then delete them. So I'm going to go back up to the top of the screen. I'm going to explain what each one of these things really means. I'm going to explain what you can do with all this stuff. And then we'll move on. So this is the store. It found them at my OTC store. This is the number. This is the order that it can't come up in the search. So number 1 was the first thing you found and goes up from there. So we can select things, select multiple things. We can, and then we can do these things. We can delete them. We can update the information. So if you select a couple of them, you can update it at the source. Actually, there's only 1 update. So it's going to update it at the source and update it at Amazon. So when you download this, it's not constantly being updated. It's not showing you the most current information. It's when you did the scan. So if we do, if we just select one thing and click update selected, now you can see it's grayed out and the spinner is working. Now it's updated the information. You can also click on this if you just have one, and it's going to update that. It's going to select, go to the store, it's going to go to Amazon, it's going to pull new pricing data. Pictures, whatever, and it's going. So you have the most up-to-date stuff. If you found something a week or 2 weeks or a month ago, that pricing information may not be current anymore. So 2 things that take the most amount of time: clicking the Amazon button to see if you can sell it, and other checking on source website and seeing if they are in stock and available to buy. Is there a way to speed up that process? Well, definitely for seeing if it's in stock, you definitely want to you know, remove the out of stock button, wherever that is here. Here we go, remove out of stock products. It doesn't work, you know, on every site, obviously. But it works on the ones that it can work on. So it works, it's covered by all those sites shown there. You know, that's really the best thing. But as I said, those 2 things, you know, are the very last things you're going to do. The very last thing you're going to do is check to see if you can sell it on Amazon. That takes the most amount of time. You're connecting to to your Amazon Seller Central account to see if you can sell it. So that would be the last thing I did. These are, what you should be doing is making sure they're exact matches in the format that I just showed you. So that way, you weed all that stuff out before you do that. Those two things are like the last things you do before you actually buy. The very last thing you do is going to see if it's in stock, and you can see if it's in stock when you go to buy it. But I would, if you're weeding it out for being out of stock, most of those things aren't going to be a big problem. Most of the stores that are supported are the ones that are usually out of stock, things like Walmart. So the title is going to be the title from the source. The Amazon title is, the title at Amazon, obviously. The price, and then edit quantity. So if it's a multi-pack, you can enter that in here. So you can see there's a 2-pack. So if we change this to 2 and save it, it's going to update all the Amazon pricing. So now we're down to 26% ROI. May not be worth buying anymore. Obviously, the item is a mismatch, and I'm just using this as an example. Product image is the image from your source, whatever that may be. Amazon image is the image from Amazon. Now these buttons under here are going to be, the first one is Keepa, the next one's Camel, Camel, Camel. The Amazon logo, as Ty just said, is to check and see if you're allowed to sell it. It's going to log into your Seller Central account. And the last button is going to open up in 2 new tabs, the source and at Amazon, so you can compare those products, which is what just happened. I'm going to close those because you can't run a whole lot of stuff when you're sharing screen. It takes a lot of resources. The next one is the Amazon category. Well, we already went over that, but that is in your product search. You're going to do that before you search. So it has the cost to prep per standard size product and for oversized, and also a bundle creation cost. Your ASIN is right here, and if you click on that, that's also going to this is going to take you to your product variation. So something like clothing or shoes, or something with a lot of variations. It's the same thing that the Chrome extension does. And the edit ASIN, I'm going to go over all that in the search title, all that when we get to the end. Amazon buy box price. This is where it is currently in the Amazon buy box. If you sell it at that price, this is what you're going to get after fees. This is your profit after buying it for this. And and as you can see, this price is based on your quantity. So this is as a unit of 2 is $11. If you only are buying 1, if we switch it back to 1, it would change that to $5.50 again. But this, we already know there's a pack of 2, even though it doesn't match. Your gross ROI after buying the item, prices, fees, and all that in there is going to be this, including the ROI. It will be, based on that price, and here's your sales rank. Now, if you just want to delete it from the list, you can click X. You do the arrows. It's going to update all the information as we went over before. The price of the product include the cost. The price of the product doesn't, but this information does. Your gross profit will be, it's computed into the gross profit. So all those extra numbers you put in is going to be pulled out of this gross profit item. The heart is going to add it to your save list. So you can move these to, you can make folders and move them to whatever folders you want. You can also select multiple items, mark them as mismatches, select multiple items, update them, save them to a selected folder, or delete them. You can save it to a selected folder or move them. So if you save them, it's just going to copy them there. If you move them, it's going to remove them from here. And you can also click on these to add folders, edit folders, and all that. Now, the last thing on here is if you want to try and fix this mismatch, you can click on these arrows, and it's going to try and automatically find another one that may or may not match. So obviously it still didn't find anything. It found the single version of that, which still isn't this product. So you can have it just keep trying to find products, or you can click on search title. So it's going to search the title name at Amazon to try and find this product. And I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but I mean, that could be it. I don't know if it said the size. So no, that's actually only an 8-ounce version. But just as an example, you can copy this ASIN over here, then click on edit ASIN. I'm not going to do that because then it would be matching it to something else that's wrong, and other people would be getting those as matches. But you can enter the ASIN there and save it, and then it would have the correct information in there. I don't know if the 8-ounce is in here. That's not the right one anyway. That's vanilla tangerine and then lavender. So that's how you would fix and update listings. So TIAS is the sales rank 30,000 AIM if you want fast turning inventory. Absolutely not. It's completely different for each category. You know, the numbers are kind of just arbitrary numbers that really don't mean anything. You really need to learn Keepa and use Keepa to see the sales velocity of each item you're looking at to determine what a good rank would be, you know, for that category of items. And it's different for every category. I really recommend it's a completely free course for you guys. Go to ShawnMayo.com, create a free account, go up to Mastermind Basic, and there's some courses there. I made a whole video course on Keepa. So you guys go through that. You guys will be masters of using Keepa to figure out what you should and shouldn't be buying. You know, I wish there was, you know, something easy that I say buy under this rank in this category and this rank in this category, but it's really not that easy. You know, you can see every jump in the rank in Keepa, and I talk to you at length about how to do each one of those using Keepa. So if you just do, you know, if you watch those videos, you'll understand. I really can't go over it here. We're already like a half hour over time now. So, but I mean, it's really easy once you understand how it works. And then we really don't have time to go over the other ones, but reverse search, Amazon flips, library search, I mean, they're all pretty simple. The way if you haven't really delved into them, the library search is, right now it's mostly books, some video games will work on here, but it's basically the same as a store search, except it's comparing used items to sell on Amazon. So you could buy used items, merchant fulfilled, and then send them in to FBA and usually make a great profit. That's a library search, product search. Okay, so now a reverse search, you can take ASINs and upload up to 100 right in here in the quick search, or upload up to 10,000 of them, and it's going to check all the 300 plus sites that are supported to find the best items to sell. It's gonna find the best stores, you know, and then it's gonna put it all in the results. I'm not sure if we have results on this one. So before we wrap it up, this is only supposed to be an hour. We're an hour and a half in. Are there any questions, anything that anyone would like to see or want me to cover? Any questions about tactical arbitrage that I can help you with here? I did want to show you guys our step ahead sourcing sheet, which is really the spot where everybody starts off at, where you can decide what you do and what you don't want to, where to search. Valerie posted the link. It's under 25 bucks a month. It's probably going to be doubling in price as soon as it changes over to a more permanent type site. Of course, the pricing won't go up wherever you're in at. Are there common mistakes that cause a search to stop or not finish all the way? I would say no. Those are usually glitches on the store, on the side of Tactical Arbitrage. So it's best to just, download that, hit that save log button. When it's done, there's a button that you can download your log. It'll be right here when a search is done, and then you can click on the support button and send them all your information. They can check the logs on their side, see what happened, see where something might have messed up, and any bug that might have happened, and they can, fix it for the future. The step ahead sheet, I'm just going to go over this for about 2 minutes. What we do is we've subscribed to over 800 different sites. Their mailing lists of deals that they put out. Every day I have 2 people working almost full time on this with, oops, I don't even know how many we have now at this point. But I know it's well over 800 sites. Yeah, it's about 817 sites that are supported. And what we do is we take their emails, we get rid of all the junk where they're advertising $200 helmets or individual items, and we get all the deals, 30% off site-wide, $10% off on orders over $50, as you can see, and things like this. And right now we're staying at about 300 or more deals. So, we're right at 300 right now, and as you can see, one of my employees is entering new ones in. This is a live sheet. It's a Google sheet, so you see them as we remove them. You see them as they're added. So there's no waiting for a new set of deals every day. They're color-coded when the deals come in, when they, when they're about to expire is in red, when they, the green means they were just added, the blue means they added in 48 hours. So it's all very, very easy to navigate. So we show you what the deals are, we show you the sites, we give you a link to go right to wherever they said the deal was. We also have start and end dates. So the good thing about these deals are most people don't see them. You won't see them at the sites, at other deal sites. These are deals that they're only sending out to their customers and subscribers of their mailing list. And a lot of times they'll do them ahead of time. Monday or Tuesday, they'll send out a deal that may not start till the weekend. So you have time to scan the whole store or whatever the deal is for before it ever starts. So then you already know what to buy before the deal starts. When the deal starts, you go there, buy whatever you want, and you're the first one in and out. Some other things we've included here is, of course, the link to there, the discounts, what has the best gift card discounts, and the link directly to buy the discounted gift card. If any cashback deal is there, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, and then a link to Cashback Monitor to get the deals. If we made a bulk list, just like the ones that you got, it'll have a link to buy it if you don't have it, and if it's supported by Tactical Arbitrage. Obviously, we have 800 different sites we support on here. Tactical Arbitrage is at like 343, so hopefully at some point they'll be adding to that. But what we're starting to do now is we put in there if it's a supported site or if it's not. You know, as you can see, there's a ton of deals that aren't supported by Tactical Arbitrage. We're starting to write custom code to do custom sites in Tactical Arbitrage that aren't supported yet. So, you know, we'll be giving the members a discount on that as well if we can. You know, add these sites. So when we start going through the sites that have deals all the time that just don't happen to be supported yet, and then trying to build our own support through Tactical Arbitrage for that. But we also have deals on, we have a list of every site supported by Cardbear with the links to buy it. We update this about once a week, the average discounts, what the current discount is, where I suggest you buy them, so you can set alerts right there to get them at. And we did the same thing with Gift Card Granny, Gift Card Wiki, and then we have a list of all the supported sites. So I mean, you're getting a ton of data. Those usually the jumping off point for a lot of people. They're going to look and see what's supported by Tactical Arbitrage, what the deals are, where they want to search, and that's where they're going to start their searches for the day. So when people ask where to start at, well, this is where we start at. And Valerie's posted, I think, the link in there a couple times. Step ahead. It's like $24.97 a month. I mean, you know, you couldn't pay somebody to, you know, look at a small percentage of those deals every day. I mean, we're literally going through, I think we're at like 5,000 emails a week now that we process to put all this data in here for you guys. So that's going to about wrap this up. If you have any other questions, please shoot me a message, and we'll be happy to help you guys out. If you need ongoing help or anything like that, we've got a great mastermind group. It's $100 a month. We provide hundreds of leads a week, and we do video training like this every single Monday night at 8 p.m. And hundreds of hours of past training, and all the webinars are recorded, and all that great stuff. So, you know, if you want to check that out, Valerie will post the link for that, but it's mastermind.shawnmayo.com. Really easy to remember. And if you don't have an account on my website, I suggest everybody joins that. It's completely free, shawnmayo.com. We got more training for Tactical Arbitrage, training for using Keepa. Even if you use OAX Array, we got a free course on that. All the software we use in our business, all the hardware we use, printers, labels, for sticker removal, everything you can think of for our Amazon business. You know, we put that out there with links and descriptions and all that kind of stuff. And we also have one of the biggest lists of restricted items, restricted brands, restricted ingredients. A lot of people are selling things that you don't even know are restricted, that Amazon could suspend you just because you have a banned ingredient in there. So definitely take a look at all that stuff, and it's all free. So we'll talk to you guys later, and have a good night.